Hello, everyone. This is your man, Goss, and thank you for once again being here with me. I was kind of motivated to do this because recently there was a festival, a very popular festival in Gbaramatu Kingdom, and Gbaramatu Kingdom is located in the Niger Delta area of Delta State. And the festival was kind of a display of uh, of their of their culture. It's a cultural uh, display. And if I would just talk a little bit about Baramatu Kingdom, I'm not focusing on Baramatu Kingdom, but I'm just using that festival, the Amese Kumo Festival, as a kind of um, as a pointer to what I will later speak about. Now, Baramatu Kingdom cultural aesthetic is strongly rooted in Ijaw tradition with connections to riverine life and spiritual cosmology, warrior heritage, and ritual performances. Several times we have seen them during the process of their festivals do this kind of activities. And the key visual and the cultural element, that's the two key visual and cultural elements to this their tradition and their culture, which was exhibited in this Amesekumo festival, is the Egbesu and Ogele. These are powerful visual, representation of their tradition, and it's a kind of a performative expression, that is tied to spirituality and warriors' ethos. It's a kind of a display of masquerade, kind of elaborate display of masquerades that are made of raffias, feathers, body painting, and marine motif. The masquerade is central to this community's rituals and festival, and it serves both as they serve both as it serves both aesthetic and metaphysical purposes, which include ancestral invocation, protection, and law enforcement. This has been the norm, the ideal, before the colonial disruption. Baramatu's kingdom culture of recent, like we see in this festival, it was beautiful, very well organized. I give kudos to the indigenes and those that put that festival or that have sustained that festival, because it's a way of promoting their rich cultural heritage. So much, especially negativity, have always been heard about those Niger Delta stuffs and things like that. But bringing in the kind of people they brought in there, shows that there is peace there. It's like opening itself to the world for development, telling the world, look, we are ready. We are ready to receive you. And they did, in fact, because we find out prominent musicians. Davido was there, Kanayo Okanayo, an Hollywood actor. Then our big Obi Kubana and his crew were there, Zinko, a whole lot of people, prominent people. Then other traditional rulers, they came in there, and they didn't just come because that place, they didn't just come to lend support. They came in there because it's peaceful. So it's good the world know that that place is peaceful, and that they are open and they're calling for development, which makes it a very useful and a powerful tourist destination. Now, my concern was the fact that the activities, the cultural activities, did indeed pay homage to their ancestors. But some of the artworks, especially there was the pavilion where the king of the kingdom was seated. Some of the artwork, and there was this, I don't know if it's a shiram or an extension of the pavilion, and a pavilion with Tompolo was there. The High Chief Tompolo was once seated in that pavilion there. You see, now you start seeing images that makes me or makes one question, have they lost touch with their ancestors? Because when you look at it, all the cultural activities, everything or most of the things they did, indeed, pay homage to their ancestors. The speaking of the ancestors, but the art, the visuals in some of them, like I give an instance. You have the white Jesus Christ in a pavilion, the white angels protecting, it's a little bit difficult for somebody who's not from that part of the world to understand what is playing, because these people play, is there kind of a hybridization of Christianity and their traditional worship? And why must the sculptures be an imitation of something that is in the West? Is that a form of a copy? This is question that is in the lips or in the mouths of a whole lot of people that is not from that part of the world. And I hope somebody who understands it from that part will be able to really explain what's going on. Will be able to explain why a caricature of the Statue of Liberty in America should be there. You see it there. I don't think the Statue of Liberty in America, it does not resonate or should not, because we have justice system that they should find a way through their own art to kind of pay homage to. So those visuals still brings us to that area of slavery. We still think of colonization and the disruption it caused. So which is endemic in the system there. So I wouldn't want to go into details there, but if you look at the top here, you see the Statue of Liberty, a caricature of it. No, it should not be. Then you also look at this, the palaces of the king and stuff like that. The king is the symbol of the culture, the identity, the tradition of the people. And he is the representative, I should believe, of the ancestors. He is the representative of his ancestors. So if the pictures, if you come to my house or you come to the house of most people, the pictures you see is that of either their parents, their grandparents, and stuff like that, or paintings you see that pay homage to them. But when you come there and the picture you see is that of the picture of people that once colonized you, and you represent the traditional institution, it doesn't work. It doesn't add to beauty. It doesn't add to the aesthetics and nothing. Instead, it's like one of those misplaced projects that should be looked into. Although I also understand the fact, there might be a reason behind that. Sometimes there are reasons, behind certain things. I still wait for somebody to who understands, to tell me what actually it's going on, or maybe tell me what I don't understand. But for a fact, I've watched clips from this festival over and over and over again, and I can say yes, it is progressive. Yes, it was colorful, and yes, they did, represent themselves positively to the outside world, and I encourage them to continue. Most importantly, to look deeper into the kind of art, the aesthetics, or make us understand what it is that we don't understand about their aesthetics and cultural identity and how it kind of plays out, you know. Because my question still remains: why will this miniature Statue of Liberty be in the palace or in the kingdom of a king who's the representative of the ancestor, you know? And this is not just to say, I mean, this is not just to say that I'm not being critical about it. I'm just like saying, okay, if there is if there's something we don't understand, can somebody reach out to me, please, and explain? Thank you very much for listening. And we'll be going deeper into this because I'm still collecting information. I'm still looking at, I'm still, reading. I'm still learning. I'm still collecting information to be able to understand, because these issues must be addressed. It plays role in our psyche. There's something it does to us, It brings that white supremacy, white superiority. Every time you open your, even down to your villages, down to your town, to the palace of your town, what you see is a white god, the white angel, and probably the black devil. That's not good at all. We have to correct or change the narrative. So we'll be looking further into this. For now, we're still learning. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to me